Grand evening. I don't know how long this video gonna go, but I'm probably gonna talk. I'm probably going to talk. Don't know what I'm going to say, but Father, that your will be done. Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Barakatah. Isaiah, my Lord Yahweh Shah. Archangels all around, all around, all the time, all the time. It's a lot of people say, man, ain't no one coming to save you. There ain't no God. Hey, listen, listen, calm down, calm down. The thing about it is, though, if someone don't, you know, if someone's over here talking about something I don't believe in, or I don't get what you're talking about, I don't understand that, I don't understand why you believe in that, why you think that that is real, that's a true thing. God, for instance, that you believe in the Most High, you do, right? And say I don't, don't say it, don't really say it. But um, I don't believe in your father, your father, and so I gotta talk about that. No, it's 12:34. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Order, order in the court. Physical, the 3D, the 4D, the 5D, and 6th dimension. You know, why do I need to tell you what you believe in? It's not real. It's an illusion. It's your sky daddy. Well, why, even then, how does that affect me if I don't believe in it? Why do I have, don't I have a life? Don't I have a life to entertain someone else? I am where I am. I'm who I am. I believe in the Most High Living One. I don't serve nothing dead. Who am I serving? Who have we been worshiping? Those that worship. Those that worship. Who have you been worshiping all these years? When you do read the book, you know, when you do read other books that was hidden, right? Um, who gives you your understanding? Is it the voice that you hear inside? If you can hear it. If you can hear it. You know what I mean? I hear what I hear for a reason. For me to know what it is and what it ain't. That stove is hot. Don't touch it. I told you. Now look, you done burnt yourself. That type of thing. I know something that someone else may not know. I feel something that someone else may not feel. I see something that someone else hasn't seen. Because I am where I am, and I am who I am, and you are who you are, and you where you are. And being that, you have no faith in the unseen, even though you hear words like dimension, galaxy, universe, alternate galaxy, alternate dimension, many dimensions, in other words. How many is there? Are you in one dimension? You're stick man, or you're a 3D character, or have you elevated past that and become more spirit than anything? Don't you know? Because if a person know what they know and they believe what they believe, even if it's a fairy tale, it is their right. How is it bothering you? They're not forcing you to listen. You can go listen. You can put an earbud in your ear. You can go run, jog, go to the park, walk a dog. But you don't have to speak down on another person's belief. Believe what you want to believe. I am just saying what I believe, what I know to be true in my life, not yours. You see, not yours. You see, be careful who you entertain. Now, someone come and say, This is the law. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to not jaywalk. You can believe that. But a squirrel or a cat or a dog, they're not paying attention to the crosswalk. You know, what is a CNI dog? You know, but yeah. So, but to have a non-believer, you have to have a believer. It always has to be the opposite of something to let you know what you believe is true, or you can be deceived by those people saying the most High, there ain't no one out there, and many of them could say it, and you have the right to say, yeah, I believe that. But what did they do back then? They denied. They say the Father wished that none should perish. You know, if you're a real dad, would you want any child to perish? You know, you wouldn't, especially if you created them. There's my seed out there, you know. But what if the Most High created us for entertainment? I mean, we like to watch entertainment. Do you remember that? It's still around. Promotion. Entertainment tonight. Entertainment tonight, I say. I hope you're still with me. But I'm just saying. I one person. You know what I mean? Clifford the Big Red Dog. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Have you seen it? You seen it? I seen it. Okay, that's real. But did you see it when you were in my living room? Or were you in your own? You know, promotion. Have you seen the ball game? Did you watch it in your room? Was I there? You know, no, I wasn't. But I'm here. You see, I say. You see, I say, but the Most High is omnipresent. But he can only be with you if you know that he is. He exists to come to a third in you. I mean, could anyone have an excuse though? Could anyone have an excuse though? If so many people say, there's a God out there. A God? What God? A God? A God. A sovereign God? The most high living one? A God? What God? Where God? Where is God? You know, you just heard of God. It's a reminder. Message. You know what I mean? For someone out there, I see. Um, yeah, when judgment come like a thief in the night, and it shall come. It shall come. You know why? Because you're a non-believer. You don't believe in the Creator, the Maker. Don't everything have someone behind it, the Creator? Except, the earth has the Creator behind it. I mean, what did you create? Did you create a squirrel, a bear, alligator? I mean, who made these things? No one. They just popped up into existence. Life. Who knows life? Who knows life? You know, they have no fear of the Most High. The beginning of wisdom is fear of the Most High. That's the beginning of wisdom. You know, because anger, sadness and anger, they're cousins. You know, you're angry that a people believe that they have a Father in heaven and on earth as it is in heaven. Let the two intertwine, and may hell be cast into the lake of fire. It's other planets out there. Understand it. I mean, let's just, I'm a man. They said man is not as emotional as a woman. A man is 10% emotional and 90% logic. And a woman is 90% emotional. She feel. Say a man don't feel. They numb. They just use the logic. What can you do about the situation? What army do you have? Is your family all together? Have you lost loved ones, I say? Or did you? Did you lose them? Tell me their name. If they know their name, they know that person existed. That person existed. Here, did they go to another planet? Understand it? Did they elevate? Did they ascend? Did they ascend to the clouds? The great beyond. Death, dying, and the beyond. It's beyond my understanding. Have you died? And when did you die? You know, the time, I guess it was kind of a few, but the last one, that it went black. It went black, and I was in a dark space. Felt like it was on the line because I was gone for a long time. It's poisoned. I got poisoned, I believe. And they didn't no one use no Narcan to bring me back. But I did wake in a hot place, right, sweating. It was a car, backseat of a car. Somebody put me in the backseat of a car. I guess they thought I was done for. Stick a fork in him. But that experience took me somewhere. Do you believe me? Amy, you don't have to. I am who I am. If you don't believe what's written down, would you think that I would lie to you? What am I profiting? Are you finna cash at me something? Send it to me, chime. I'm just saying. Yeah, Western promotion. Disclaimer. No, because these are my words, and I ain't getting paid for them. But if I've been somewhere that you haven't, and I felt what I felt, and maybe someone came back with me. You ever heard of the Reaper? Where people are like dumb. Really, are you that dumb? There have been serial killers amongst us. Pedophiles, whatever you call them. Predators that prey on other people's children. Other people's children. No time for a conversation. Just tase you, punch you around, and shoot you in the back. Though you're not from my household. You're not from my household. Why do you have the right to put your hands on my child? Did my child put hands on your child? And your child still alive? They just fought. What happened? Who started it? Has my child got the right to defend himself just like your kids? Right? So if we have a maker, right? And I guess we kind of showed up late to the party. Because far as I know, yeah, some people may own businesses that look like me, and melanated or copper colored or whatever, but we are not the insane. We're not the fucking same at all. And don't take no offense to that, but we're not a fucking same, or take offense to it. I really don't give a fuck. I use, a soothsayer. They say a person go to a soothsayer. I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not that. Though I wish you'd have peace and abundance if you know the Most High brings life. If you don't, I don't give a damn what happens to you. Really, personally, it has nothing to do with me. That's between you and the Most High and the angels that He sent forth. He ain't gonna waste his time probably coming in your presence. He got people he can send. He can send an evil spirit. I see. I mean, ain't it a sweet thing though? Ain't it a sweet thing to know those that curse you will be cursed? You know? And those that send abundance to you shall be abundant. Do unto others as you wish to be done unto you. What's wrong with the words? What's wrong with them? Some are very sweet and some are bitter. But you gotta bite down. You can't have everything that's good. You gotta take the good with the bad, right? I'm just talking tonight. I got time. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And I don't care if no one listens this long. It don't matter. That's my point. It don't matter to me. Because you don't know me. Why would you have love for me? You don't know me. But I could have love for you. you did with them, I don't know. I don't know. You're doing backflips and you broke your neck and now you're paraplegic or something. If you're not, then you know that there's people who don't have a leg to stand on. They don't have a leg to stand on. And you're bitching and complaining and so sick of it. That's what I'm sick of. People complaining. If you're crying out for limitation to the Most High because you're in the midst of all this abomination, people can talk about the people that pray and worship and meditate. And it, you talk about them, but not the one who's toting the weapons. Because all of us that pray and worship and read the scriptures and try to hold tight to what they have, what I have anyway. And if I ain't got nothing but my life, let's believe it's good enough for me. Even if I just got the clothes on my back, I can get some more. I'm sure I can find a way. The Most High says, servants shall eat. Even when I was in prison, I ate. Even when I was in prison, I ate. Some of you shall be cast in prison. Do you know why I was cast in prison? If you knew the story, you'd probably say that's effed up. That's really messed up. That's dumb. And like you're that much time. Yeah. 2-1 backwards, 1 to 12. But hey, tried and tested, refined. I'll say I ain't gonna say I'm good, but I say this. I have strong faith. I have strong faith. You know why? Because you wasn't fucking with me, right? That's the truth of the matter. And I don't understand if a motherfucker wasn't with you. And I know that's people say, you say a motherfucker. Then back then with the slaves, they would take the slave boy, make him fuck his mother so he can bow his head in disgrace. Now he's a motherfucker. But hey, my mama made me not raise me. We never did none of that. And my mom was down in prison too. Imagine that. My dad wasn't though. I don't know that I know of. And hey, as it is in heaven, who can bind the Most High? Who can limit him? Who can limit the understanding that he can give to one person? Just one person. I chose this person to give him more knowledge than the others. I'm not saying me. I'm not saying I would never say that because there's a lot of things that I just don't know and don't understand. But those things I don't know and I don't understand, you know what I choose to think, believe? The Most High don't want me to know or understand them. It's not for me to understand. You see how we're different? A conversation goes a long way, but for you not to believe, you have your reasons. But for me to believe, just believe, I have my reasons. And again, what reason do I have to lie? I ain't passing no plate around asking for donations. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Get your scratch, get to the bag. Everybody gotta eat, right? Get it how you live, you know. I try to live by every word that proceedeth from his mouth. Living Father, again, I don't serve nothing dead. So he said, think not what thou shalt say. I will put the words upon thy tongue. Did I say anything? How long have I been on this thing? Hey, look, 19 minutes and 36 seconds. Hey, listen, you see how that works. You untie your tongue. There's things that benefits. There's benefits that the Father give you that no man can give you. But you got to know that he is, and that is possible. But you don't know he. You don't. You know, yeah, I love the old scriptures and the old sayings. Seek ye the kingdom first, and all these things shall be added to you. What? He said all these things. So, what do you see? What do you see that can be added to your life? Probably everything. All these things, right? Whatever heart desire. What does your heart desire to go against someone? Well, I know the scripture. Every tongue that rise up against you shall be condemned. People do it to themselves. Something that always has to be the opposite. If I'm saying something, you get mad about it. You say, no, you're Looney Tunes, you're schizophrenic, you're this, you're that. Okay, that's your opinion. It's just like a booty hole. Everyone has one. Yours is yours, mine is mine. If you know what comes out my shit, tell me. Sometimes because I could get dark and I can say some words and words and say, you're not very godly. I'm not. How? Have I hurt anyone that you know? Let me sip my coffee. And how did I do it? Did I do it intentionally? And maybe I did in my past life. How long ago was that? They living, they breathing. Good on you, mate. I apologize if I did do something wrong, offended you in some way, but you probably had it coming. Just like things when they happen to me. I probably had it coming. But now I try to watch what I do and watch what I say and who I speak against, because I don't want to bear false witness against someone who could have power and authority. And there's people that have power and authority, right? Right? Don't we see that? The people are in high positions with power and authority, and direct people and tell them what to do. You got a job, you got a boss. Yeah, okay. Have you been trained well? I'm just saying, whoever is training you, that's probably who is above you on earth and in heaven. Place none above you. I don't. It's those that's beside thee, that's sitting at his right hand, and it's those at his left hand. It's just that. The Creator created all. All. There ain't nothing in this existence that he does not know about. What is it that you don't know about? See how we don't know stuff. you know, you know so much, but you don't know every fish in the sea. Do you have to speak a word to catch a fish? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I know what to do. I put the worm on the hook and I cast it out and be quiet. I think I got a bite. Don't want to scare the fish. That type of thing. I caught one on the hook and I really did. I got one. Let me drop him in the bucket. Motherfuck it. That's what I say. I got the right to say that. And you got comedians and all this and that. But a person speak about the Bible and they have the word upon their tongue. A person think that, oh, you are holier than thou. I ain't never said that. But that's what you're thinking. And since you're thinking that, confirmation. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. But hey, you tell me. I don't know. I don't want to confirm myself. You gotta lead by example. Is there any more role models? Does everyone have a foul mouth? Isn't everyone perfect? Is that what it is right now? Everyone is all no one. No one is all no one. But the Father does reveal his secret things to his prophets and those that he chose from birth, right before they knew anything. Because before we manifested here, we came from somewhere. We came from somewhere. Or that's just that. There it is. They say, well, you know how it happened was, the two people came together and they had intercourse. Yeah. They had intercourse. What does that have to do with the course that I'm on? I can't enter their course. They already had theirs. So now, now, awaken, awaken. You know, I don't feel like I'm perishing either, but I don't own no business. Don't make a lot of money neither. But it don't matter because I know money is just it's monopoly. What you're gonna do is use it to buy something. Everybody got jobs. Not everybody. Everybody don't got jobs. But money is floating around. Until there's no more money, it's not gonna be floating around. You gotta go digital or get a chip. You do whatever you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. You know, I ain't doing that much because I don't need that much. I got clothes in my back. Shit, I don't care what a person think. You know, if I used to lose everything, who says I haven't lost a lot of things? I haven't lost everything. I haven't lost my life. Things, material things, that's whatever. It's created by who? Man. Man can create things, but there's no man, nobody who created man. Man just popped up. It's popped up. You know. Okay. Everybody has a right to their own belief. I just disagree with that. And there ain't no debate. Go your way. We ain't got to talk about it. Those that don't believe in the Most High living one, in the Holy Host, put your head in your books. Get your business going. Pay attention to your woman and your children or whatever you got going on. Pay attention to that. Where everything, the ones that believe and they worship and they pray in the spirit of truth and giving praise to the Most High living one, Yahawah. See, then what's the problem? Leave them alone. You know, they say there's a separation between church and state. Listen to what the Spirit says to the churches. You know, I have to be in the church to have a spirit. Is that how I get the Spirit? Is that how I get the Holy Spirit? Is by going to a church? Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know where their hands been. And, you know, go down there and find one that's good. I can't go in the church and find one that's good and worthy because I don't like the way he talking. He said someone going to hell as if he might not. You might be going to hell yourself, buddy. You know, you could be bearing false witness against someone. You know, the Father raises up, he bring it down, he make it low. So when you see someone low, the Father did that. So do you laugh at your brother's calamity? Is that what this is? So, you know, that's fine. You do that thing. But if it ain't broken, don't try to fix it. If I was broken, and when I was broken, you wasn't there to fix me. So yeah, so I don't need fixing now. Somebody already did that, and they did a good job, and I thank him and I give praise. My Lord Yahweh Shah, I say it all angels all around. That's just how I feel. Just expressing myself. And I'm not drunk because I don't drink. You know, some wine every now and again. I thought about drinking some today. I'm like, no, I drank some last week. I think it was last week or the week before. But it was for a reason. My reason. Yes, for me to know. You probably know. Certain people know why. I used to blind too. Did that too. Might do it again. You know, I like doing that every now and again for some reason. I was called to. You know, this is called, it was a word. You know, get it. Get it. Get that. Put that on the doorpost. I did that repeatedly and repeatedly. You know, and my paranoid, there's certain things I think people can do, and there's benefits behind it. You know, the charitable deed is a benefit behind that. Not just because of, or anything else. Oh, I did something good for somebody. I gave them $5. So $20 or $100 or $2,000. I gave them that, so now I finna get 60, 100, 60, you know, 1,000 or whatever. Don't look like that. But you will receive something else. I think you will receive the quickening, because you don't care about the woes of this world. It's not your rest. Anyway, you know there's other dimensions. There's other planets. And if there's not other planets, then what has somebody taught you? I mean, do you think there's other planets even? You know what I mean? Because if, you know, if this is the only planet, This is only a planet, and there's other planets. There's other things we see out there. We know it. Yeah, some people just want to deny and know that their ass is in trouble. And they don't know what to do, how to understand. They've been given over to a retrobate mind. And a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. I will never not believe in my Father, because I know what I've been through. So I have my reasons why I believe. Have your life ever been in danger? Have you ever, what I'm saying? With a reaper was upon you because you wasn't acting right. But when you start acting right, you feel the reaper like, okay, you're good. But hey, there's some people around you. Now that I'm here, I see why. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And right here, they thought it was because of me. The people was going to give me, and then you realize it. Not me, man. It's these people around. You see, right there, right there. No, don't. I know who sent you. It shall be a great harvest, a great slaughter, for utter desolation. 2/3 shall be cut off. Why? Because it ain't nobody got no excuses. Every knee shall bow, they confess. Shalom.